Welcome back to Impulse Plays. I am Crazy Carl Winter here with a hFEB League. I'm playing Galen LeMay's sort of list from the top 8 of LobsterCon 2026. Fabulous event. Shout out to the rest crew, of course. They did so good, and Galen really killed it. His combo deck is based around Survival of the Fittest, Hermit Druid, and then either some number of combos involving Raw Shapeshifter. The most common ones are with Survival of the Fittest, you discard a Phyrexian Devourer, add a bunch of counters to your Vala Shapeshifter that's in play, and then remove those counters with a Triskelion. The other combo is Hermit Druid using Vala Shapeshifter as a Psychotog to pump itself with its second ability of exiling 2 cards from your graveyard, and then exiling cards until you get to a chroma and attack your opponent for the win. There are a few Hermit Druid and Scrounger lines that can kill, and that's kind of it. Sideboard here is basically Galen's sideboard. That's why I said kind of, because I have 2 meddling mages where he had 2 glooms. I don't know how much it's going to affect anything. However, Galen didn't draw gloom at all during the tournament, so it doesn't really matter. But the rest of the sideboard's the same. Plow, Realist, Ray, and you can read all the rest. I'll have the link in the description as well. Any questions about the deck, any comments, concerns, feel free to drop them in the comments, and I'll see you in round 1. Talk to you soon. All right, welcome back. You'll notice I'm in different attire as this is a different day because the last league I tried to record, the audio didn't go through. So we're just gonna run it back. I went like 2 and 3 in that one. So we've got an opening hand with not a lot of air, with a lot of air. So we're gonna mulligan this into a decent survival hermit hand. So I'm gonna keep this, bin the reclamation, allow my opponent to do their thing. Grand Coliseum. All right, looking at maybe a meddling mage deck, which would be kind of awkward. Another Hermit Druid, okay. I do not have a black source to cast Unearth, notably, so a Hermit Druid line would not necessarily be very good. Oh, it's on double white. And, okay, there's the black source. Let's go with a Hermit Druid. Let them plow it. That's fine. Oh, this is not a reflecting pool. They have all the colors. This is fine. I can use my city and my Cobalt Therapies to clear out their hand next turn. Hopefully I'll draw like a bird or something. I can, yeah, that's fine. Oh man, opponent's cooking. All the roots, okay. Let's go with another pool. We're at kind of an interesting spot here. Let's go for a land. And I want to see what they're cooking with here. So we're going to therapy them for either plow or disenchant. I think we're going to go for Swords of Plowshares. So I got another Hermit that I want to run out. I got Absorb, AK Factor Fiction, and Wrath of God. Okay. Let's see here. I can drop another Cabal Therapy here. Or I can run out the Hermit Druid. I think the best bet is just running out the Survival here. So they don't currently have an answer to it. They have to draw into it. And they have a couple looks. Like they have a look off their accumulated knowledge in their draw step, but they're not necessarily going to have something. All right. And let's drop out another Reflecting Pool. Let's fire off this other Cabal Therapy here. Here I'm happy getting absorbed. A counterspell, okay. And they played the Yavimaya Coast. Okay, so I've got full information on their hand. I could go for a Squee and then a bird, and then I could therapy and take away their Factor Fiction, which I kind of like. Or I could hit the Absorb. I think I'm here for that. Let's swim away this Hermit Druid. I am opening myself up to a disenchant here, but I don't think they got anything, so. And they may well, and I may just get blown out here, but I don't think by stripping them of their fact or fiction, we are going to have a better time going forward. So let's therapy, sacrifice the bird. Dismiss all, which I always forget to do. And take the fact fiction. And we'll yield through. Now I can start running out Var Shapeshifters, because this list plays 3. Had a pretty good draw so far. Lands, spells. Been nice. Let's see what our draw step yields for us. We're going to always yes, always yield. Got a land, okay. Let's run out of wastes. And I think I'm cool with just jamming a shapeshifter here. Fine running into absorb, or they can wrath next turn, that's fine too. Blue, 1. Oh, whoops. This is why we click on our lands this way, because I am stupid and sometimes decide to try and activate Survival of the Fittest instead of actually cast my creature. So you can take 1 pain here to absorb, or they can let it resolve and wrath next turn. I don't think there's anything strictly wrong about doing anything here. If I draw a land next turn, okay, that's fine. If I draw a land next turn, I can go for a Palinchron line. Or sorry, creature, not a land. I need to draw a creature to get a Palinchron line going. Because I need the squee to get the, or I need a creature to get another shapeshifter, and I need a creature to get a Palinchron and go through the Palinchron line. Well, it's sitting on 3 cards. Okay, well there's a Devour right there, so. Unfortunately I can't get shapeshifter here. Or I can't get the Palinchron here to untap my lands. I guess I can. I can survival the squee, get Palinchron. And then I don't need it though, so I think it's fine to just run out another shapeshifter here. I have 3 cards, one of which is Wrath of God. Blue, 1. Response. And we'll pass through. Let my opponent do something first. Fact fiction. Let's go with survival here. Let this resolve. They're dead. Okay, they're dead. Okay, thank you, opponent, for not making me click through it all. All right, so we're on some sort of blue, white, green control deck. I don't think that precludes them from having meddling mages. I think Swarm is less good here than it would be otherwise. I think Duress is going to be pretty strong. Let's do this. Let's bring in a Slinger in case they have a meddling mage. Tom Orangutan in case they have a not Null Rod or Cursed Totem, both of which I could see them boarding in here. I'm going to save Naturalizes until I know what they've got going on. I don't like the Elvish Spirit Guide here. Animate is not great against the color that has 2 answers to it. I can shave a Shapeshifter. And then something else. Maybe I just don't bring in the Slinger. No, I think Slinger's fine. Let's see here. Wall, maybe? I like Wall for the survival lines, which is what I'm going to probably end up doing against this deck, because they've got so much removal for the Hermit Druid. Yeah, let's cut a Wall. Let's go with that. Just keeping our creature count almost the same. And let's run it in. Opponent's going to be on the play. I've got a nice Therapy into Survival hand, which I am here for. And I've got a creature with it. Great. Okay. So Therapy's got a couple options here. Oh, hit a Squee. That's kind of nice. I think I'm going to just go for actual factual counterspell here. So I've got Squee I can use to flashback the Therapy if I need to. And I hit the counterspell. Although they've got an Aura of Silence. That is awkward for me. This list does not have Ornaments, which is kind of sad. So fucking cooldown. I really want to hit a creature that I can sacrifice this Cabal Therapy to get rid of the Aura of Silence. Alright, that's perfect. Let's run another Wastes. Green and 1. Alright, let's take out this Aura of Silence. Opponent's running Red Blast to counter my Shapeshifters, which is smart. Aura is a powerful card. I forgot to clear this out. Alright, take that and show a Chivalry. Okay. Hit their third land, they didn't have to draw it with Accumulated Knowledge. They don't have a green source for Gaia's Blessing, but they will have a red source for Red Elemental Blast next turn. Alright, let's go to that one. Get rid of that one. And we're going to just jam the Survival here. It's not like the greatest thing ever, but because they've got 2 cards we don't know. But I think you just got to do it here. Okay. And now I can't yield through in case they have a disenchant. If they disenchant, I'm going to survival away the Squee to go get a Hermit Druid. It's another AK. Okay. So hand is 3 unknowns. What do I want to get with my survival here? I'm going to go get a Hermit Druid. Just to have it there. Yeah. This is tough. I kind of want the Wall of Roots. I think I'll get a Wall of Roots. Always yes. Always yield. Oh, nice Cabal Therapy here. Okay. Let's drop a Wall of Roots. And I can try and go for a Palinchron kill next turn, I think. Fetch Fiction, okay. I think I like splitting the counters and the spells, because I don't want them to be able to absorb and plow. I don't want them to be able to absorb an intuition. I don't really want them to be able to absorb twice, but this is going to be less good against my plow, or against my Cabal Therapy that they don't know I have. And yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Okay, so they took 2 absorbs. Another Darker Wastes. Okay, so I know they have 2 absorbs, a Blessing, and a Red Elemental Blast. Oh, whoops, I forgot to use my Squee. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know what I wanted anyway. Um, I think I'm gonna jam a Scrounger here. I'll eat an Absorb. Or it won't, which is fine too. This leaves me mana to survival with my Wall of Roots next turn. Yep. I think I'm gonna go and get a Shapeshifter this turn. Oh, Seal Cleansing's pretty good. Alright, so I'm gonna go get a Hermit Druid then. Hermit Druid there. Seal's a nice draw for them. Get my Squee back. I drew another Hermit Druid. That's exciting. Look. I'm kind of priced into absorbing this here. Oh. Okay, I'll take the other absorb then. Alright, so absorb, decree, and Foff. Okay. The absorb. I could take out their Foff here, which I think would be pretty strong, and then I can get rid of their Red Blast later. I do need to take out this Red Blast before I try to kill them, because there is a window in which you do the Unearth line with your Vara Shapeshifter and the Hermit Druid that it is blue, and it can be Red Blasted and killed, which is very awkward for you. And I don't want them Foffing, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Therapy their Factor Fiction, then I'm going to cast the Hermit Druid, Therapy their Red Elemental Blast, and then go from there. So we're going to Therapy. Yep. Fiction. So we've got the requisite amount of lands to kill them here. Oh, jeez. Take them off. Green. This wall is almost out of dirt, out of ammo, so we'll just get rid of it here. Red elemental. Dismiss these again. So they are down to not a whole lot. I need to turn on upkeep stop on my turn. And let them go. I'll cycle the decree here. Yep. So they've got two unknowns. They are down a counterspell and two absorbs. One of the cards is a land. Blessing here. Oh, it's an AK for 2. Okay, or for 3, sorry. All right, I'm a little less excited about activating this Hermit Druid now. All right. So they have 3 unknowns. They're down 2 absorbs, a red blast, and a counterspell. They've gone through 35 cards. They could definitely have another counterspell. So I think we're gonna just go to our draw step here. And let's drop out Squee. Alright, let's flashback ball therapy number 3. Yeah, that's tough. Do I take the Gaia's Blessing that I know about, or do I go for Counterspell, which is what I think they might have? I think I'm going to go for the Counterspell that I think they have. Because they can get a redraw with the Blessing and shuffle in some stuff. Maybe I should just hit the Blessing. Let's sacrifice the squee here. This is tough. I want to name Counterspell. So I think they're probably out of Absorbs. They might have one left in their deck. I don't think they play four. But I have seen this deck before. I think it was on Mushroom's channel. Shout out to him. If I remember, I'll put a card up for him. I think I'm going to just name the Gaia's Blessing that I know about. And that'll let me play around anything else I got going on. Oh, I hit 2 Blessings, and they did have a Counterspell. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to battle. Drawing 3 therapies in my top 15 was pretty good this game. Not going to lie. Alright, here's what I want to draw. Unearth or Shapeshifter or Survival would be nice. Let me turn off my upkeep stock. Alright, well, the Hermit Druid train is going to continue until morale improves. Of note here, well, it doesn't matter. So I remember a long time ago, I was playing one of my first games with hFEB, and I had a Chroma stuck in my hand, and I forgot I could discard it to the Psychotog to then win, and that was pretty funny. All right, I'll do the Unearth that I said I wanted, but I don't actually want. I really want another Survival. I'm sitting on 3 cards, 2 of which I don't know, 1 of which is a counterspell, so I cannot go for the Corrosive Reclamation. I may just run out another Hermit Druid just to increase my clock. So they can cycle for a lot of tokens, and that would be ungood for me. I may be on the Cast a Chroma, Cast Palinchron train this game, just because they've got a lot of counter magic. And they haven't played Fire Ice, which is what I was expecting to see. So I will probably be bringing in my Xantid Swarms. I think this deck only plays 1 Decree of Justice, so I think it's just a matter of attacking and killing them. If they have another Decree here, they have another Decree here, but I think this deck only plays 1. I think they play a 3rd Blessing. They got their 4th AK. They've got tons of cards in hand. I've got nothing I can do about it. Alright, now I just want to hit lands for a while. Yep, there's a land. I'm going to draw some more Unearths so I can try and force through these counter spells that my opponent likely has. And yeah, I think I'll just go to the next turn. I don't need to do anything right now. Another Hermit Druid. I think I might just cast another Hermit Druid just to increase my clock a little bit. I mean, that does open me up to Wrath of God a little bit. Which is fine, I think. I don't know if it really matters all that much. No, this is fine. We'll just keep going. Make them deal with this Hermit Druid that's slowly killing them. Ever so slowly killing them. Oh, it's a survival. That's nice. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop out another Hermit Druid here just to get a card out of my hand. They wrath me, they wrath me. That'll open me up to playing another Hermit Druid and then survival. They did not wrath me, okay. And a land. Servant. My headset is beeping at me for some reason. I don't know why. It's very strange. Also, I apologize. This is not the most entertaining game of hFEB I've ever seen, but It'll get you there, that's for sure. What I want them to do is cycle Decree, make a bunch of tokens, block, and then lose their guy, but yeah, let's spread the squee. Coast. Is there anything I want here? I really want this Battlefield Scrounger, but I can't get it back, which is very unfortunate. I think I'll just still start squee again. It's fine. I don't think opponent's drawing to anything. I think they're trying to draw to their third blessing. They don't have it yet. All right, do another survival. I think I can just try and jam a couple survivals here. I have the Palancar in hand already, so I can get out the Shapeshifter fairly easily. Absorb, okay. So I know they have a counter spell. I'm going to bring out my other survival here. Make them hit their counter spell. I don't know that I want to. I think I'm going to drop out my Gitu Slinger. Okay, bring the counter spell I knew about. Fetching back down to 10 after the absorb. Faction impulse, okay. So again, still trying to draw to their third blessing, which I think they have, but I don't know for sure. I'm here for running out survival. I'll absorb, okay. That's 6 mana. I may just try and cast the Acroma next turn. I think we're going to go for an Unearth on our Slinger. Got Impulse. Send it upstairs. Pyroclasm. Aether Flash. Whenever a creature enters this enchantment, deals 2 damage to it. Okay. It's pretty sweet. Which means I cannot combo kill them, like, at all. Unless I use a Chroma, which is kind of funny. Land down to 3 cards. I'm going to go for the Chroma and just kill him here, I think. I'm going to not pay the Echo. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This creature does not care about Aether Flash. It has protection from red. Restriction resolves. Let's put the counterspell in its own pile. If they want to plow it, let's put Grand Coliseum with it. They can plow it, that's fine. Okay, so they take the plow pile. That's cool. All creatures. I'd like to gain 6 life from the Swords of Plowshares, please. Oh, it's just plowing a Hermit Druid? Okay. Oh, they had another plow, okay. So they're sitting on a couple plows. Got it. That's good. That frees up my mana to cast Karmic Guide next turn to get something. I guess I'll cast Palinchron. Still have Devour and Shrike in my deck, which is very exciting for me. Alright, so they took... For that... Let me see what they took. Foff. Flash. Yeah, I can't remember what they took with the Foff. They took the Stroke Plow land. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So they can stroke for 13. So they can draw their deck effectively. I think I can go for Palinchron here. Let's see here. We got 1 counterspell, 2, 3. Got 3 plows, 4 absorbs. So he's got a counterspell left. That weird City Brass bug. Yeah, Red Blast. Okay. Sure. I've eaten up a lot of time here. Okay. They are playing against my clock now. I've been yielding to the turn when I've been tapped out. I spent too much time thinking. Whites. 1, 2, 3. Whites. Yep, it's all. Alright, we got there. They didn't have the answer for the Palinchron. Woo! Alright, we'll see ya in round 2. Welcome back to round 2 of this pre-modern league with Galen's mostly hFEB list from 2026 LobsterCon. We're on the play, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna keep. This is a great hand. We've got Survival and Hermit Druid along with the Cabal Therapy. The Corrosive Reclamation in hand makes it a little awkward to have the Hermit Druid, so we're gonna try and bait with the Hermit Druid and then get our Survival out. Opponent's mulligan to 6. So we're going to lead off with, I don't know, probably Gemstone Mine into Llanowar Wastes, into the Wall of Roots, and then we're going to use the Cabal Therapy to screen for the Survival. I'm just less inclined to go for Hermit Line because I have that Corrosive Reclamation in my hand. And I was gonna go with the gemstone mine first. So that's okay. Um, yeah, and I'm just not thrilled about losing it. Plus, the Hermitage is also my creature for the survival, so I don't want to jam the survival first. Okay, so against burn. Okay, that is I've got probably the best possible draw versus burn, so that's exciting. I'll need another blue source, which I just hit. Let's go with our gemstone mine here. Cast the Wall of Roots. That's going to save us some damage from the Jackal Pup. Now, it's going to be a little awkward if they bolt it here, but I mean, that's soaking up 5 damage. That's kind of stellar for playing against burn. Right, no effects, so I'm just going to yield through for this turn. Oh, red-green. Okay. So I may actually go for a Naturalize, or Cabal Therapy on Naturalize. Yeah, Queer Dryad. Okay. That is fine. That is fine. Let's go with a Cabal Therapy on Naturalize. Call the Herd, Lava Dart, Bolt. Okay. Let's play the city here. And we can drop our survival. Here. And we're going to save this Birds of Paradise. I already used my wall, right? Yep. Okay. So I'm going to survival for Drew. I'm going to survival for Shapeshifter and for Devourer. This is not going to be a squee game. I don't really have the time to get squee going. A little surprised my opponent didn't bolt last turn on my Wall of Roots, but you know, teach their own. Alright, I am not going to block this turn. I need this Wall of Roots for mana. And I don't mind them sending the burn upstairs. They got like 5. Okay, so note here, I cannot get my Devourer and put it in my graveyard because I've got this gemstone mine that's going to die on me. So I'm going to need another green source, or I'm going to need another source of green to survival effectively my Devourer and my Trike. So that is important to remember. Okay, so they're bolting my wall. Smart on my opponent's behalf. Going on the wall. All right, let's get rid of the bird. I think what we're going to do is we're going to get another... I guess maybe this is a squee game. We get squee and then go for a wall next turn. Response there. The Lava Dart is going to be countered upon resolution. And I'm looking at 5 coming in at me. Okay, it's a good chunk of damage. And they use their mire. Okay, so I know they've got 1 missing in hand. All right, on end step. Survival away the squee. So I can get a wall, which represents an extra mana. I can block the Jackal Pup for free. Ish. Or I could go get Elvish Spirit Guide here. And then if I draw a land, I'm still short. So I think I'm priced into the Wall of Roots here. So let's get that here. I can survival for a Elvish Spirit Guide next turn. Always yes, always yield. Oh, I drew an Elvish Spirit Guide. That's exciting. Yeah, I can't do anything special here. We're going to drop out our Wall of Roots. And I think we're okay with that. Counter on Survive Away the Squee. Go and get a Shapeshifter. And step nothing. All right, so I'm looking at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. 8, 9. 10 for my city. So I've got a 2 life point buffer here. I am going to block the Jackal up here because it soaks a lot of damage. All right, can I afford to do that? If I block Pup, I can't survival this turn because they'll die to the Fanatic. I guess I could. I can go get Palinchron. Maybe I block the Quirion Dryad and I survival for Palinchron. And then I should be okay. So I get Palinchron, I survive away this Druid, I get Palinchron, I untap, I float a blue, float colorless, cast Shapeshifter, and then I've got the mana to survival out the stuff I need. I need a mana to survival the... I've got a mana to survival the Palinchron with the of a Spirit Guide. So I get to untap. Then I'm short 1 because the stupid Gemstone Mine's on 2. Also, I should have used my second charge card out earlier. Alright, so let's think this out a little bit more. I could block the Jackal up and force them to use damage on it. Which is probably my best bet. Because I'm looking at 4, 5, 6, 7. Putting me to 5. If I go Bolt, I go to 1. Or Incinerate, I go to 1. And that's if they kill the wall. Alright, so let's go to Declare Blockers. Block the Jackal Pup. I can always survival this Hermit Druid to go get another Elvish Spirit Guide or something. It's going there. Okay, no response. Okay, so they call the herd. Sure. They can use their Fanatic to finish off my wall. They are. So I can do a couple things here. I survival Hermit Druid. I go get Palinchron. And then I survival the Palinchron. Then I have a Spirit Guide. I go get the Devourer, and then I can Devour Strike and Drake. Okay. Just gotta make sure I get my graveyard order correct here. It's a little awkward. So I've got to float my blue before I do any of my extra stuff here. Okay. Colorless. Play Traver's Ruins. Response. Bounce this. Make a blue. Oops. Yeah. Start Palinchron. Get a Devourer. Blue. Colorless. green. Throw away the Devour. Get a trike. And kill my opponents. Alright, so now it's just a matter of adding counters to my Devour. My opponent's just getting some information about what's in my deck. Based on what they've seen, they can probably tell that I'm hFEB, but there's always like weird cards that the hFEB decks play, and it's better to know about them than not, so. Makes sense my opponent would make me click through, or have me click through, not say make me, have me click through my Devourer. I don't know how this is going to be after sideboard. I've got Pyroclasms to bring in, and Swords to Plowshares notably, which I don't have in my own personal lists. So I'll see how that plans out versus the Quirion Dryads. I would like to kill you now, please. We go a little bit over on my counters. Today I decided not to. It makes me a little nervous because I have just exactly enough to kill the opponent. So if I make a misclick here, I'm in a lot of trouble. But I have done the right click, save targets, and have the damage going at my opponent. So the weird sound effects when it's doing damage and opponent is yielded through turn. Nice. Very clean. All right. So let's put these here. I think I can do without the Vorash Shapeshifter. Don't love therapies against burn or red-green, but I like to keep one in case I'm doing a Hermit Druid stuff. Bring in the Plow. Bring in the Pyroclasms. And then, opponent could be bringing in like Crypt, which I could bring in like Uktabi Orangutan for. They could have Sulfuric Vortex, Curse Scroll. The thing I'm most worried about is Curse Totem or Null Rod, both of which I would need Uktabi to answer. So I'm going to bring in the Uktabi as well. I like the Elvish Spirit Guides against these quick decks. Animate Dead can come out against the Naturalized deck, but I don't hate it. Gitchy Slinger is just kind of poopy. Like, it can kill stuff, but it's 3 mana, so like you're not really, what are you doing at that point, right? Like, the whole point of this game is to stick survival. It's just like playing against burn. The problem is against burn, you don't risk your survival getting naturalized. So my opponent's gonna have a boatload of naturalizes and stuff in their hand for the next game, I'm sure, which is gonna make things a little bit more challenging. Makes me wish I had Oromancer sometimes, but it is what it is. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna submit our deck with 64 cards. We're gonna side these out. And we'll rock and roll like that. Opponent gets me on the play. This is not the ideal hand. I do have a Hermit Druid on turn 2. It's going to die to anything. For these matches, it's really important to mulligan to Survival. Survival is your best bet for beating the burn decks. That said, I've got mana, but my mana is very fragile. And I've got 2 blanks in my hand. Yeah, this is already mulled to 5, so I'm going to mull it. Perfect. This is a great hand. If I had one more land, it'd be better, but, you know, it is what it is. Opponent mulliganed. Looks like they're thinking about going down to 5. The problem these red-green decks have, I mean, I say this in my 5-color deck, but the fact you play an extra color does put a tax on your mana base, and it does make it harder to keep things going. So I'm going to put a Shapeshifter on the bottom. The other Shapeshifter, I should say, on the bottom. I'll say hopefully no 1-drop, but looks like they've got something. Hopefully it's a pup and not a fanatic. It's a fanatic. Tragic. All right. Well, that's a nice draw with the reflecting pool. Let's play out my bird, which is gonna just die to the Mog Fanatic, but I have to do it to take the damage off the board. Lava Darts. Okay. That's fine. Means they're not dropping a Dryad on true, which is nice. Alright, what was the Devourer? Don't want to drop out my survival just yet. Drop out the wall. And I'm going to give my opponent another bird to kill. They can flashback the Lava Dart. I'm totally okay with that. Let's save my survival activation for Hermit Druid if I need to. I can just yield through the turn. I'm not doing anything special here. Yeah, they kill off my bird, which is fine. They keep their Lava Dart flashback up, which is pretty huge for them. All right, Undiscovered Paradise, not the greatest of lands, but it's fine. I'm going to drop it and use it to drop my survival. I don't mind the tempo hit too much here. All right, I can no longer yield through my turns because I have survival out. I have the Naturalize, okay. This is a tough spot for my survival because I could go get Hermit Druids, like plural, and then the Smog Fanatic still blanks them. I could go get a Chroma and then play my Shapeshifter and discard my Chroma. Should be kind of sweet. It means I'm giving up on the Feb kill. Well, not giving up on it. I'm making it much more difficult because I'm going to have to get to my Devour using Psychotog or Scrounger later. I could go get Battlefield Scrounger. Battlefield Scrounger is an interesting one to pick up. It's a 3/3. I could get Trike. This Devour is going to turn into something. I just don't know what. Kind of want to get a Squee. Sets me up well if I draw another survival. I could discard the Shapeshifter. I've got the other Shapeshifter in my graveyard or my library. I'm at 14. Okay, I'm eating up a lot of time. Let's activate the survival here. I'm okay with them taking everything off of here. Let's see. Let's discard the Shapeshifter. So also should have gotten rid of the Devourer. I don't know. Get Squee. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Psychotog, actually. Green. So that's a really good blocker. And can be used for combo purposes later on. For sure. Is that what I want? I think it is. I could get Scrounger, and if I draw a land in 2 turns, I could cast it, but I don't have Threshold, so I won't be able to use its ability. So let's just get Psychotog. See if they want to burn their Mog Fanatic and their Lava Dart on my Wall of Roots. If they attack, they do. If they don't attack, they don't. Well, it should be attacking me here. There's no reason not to make me block. I understand it saves them clicks, saves me clicks. But you gotta bluff that you want to kill my stuff, so. Alright, so I could take counters off my Wall of Roots, or I can take a damage on my life total. I think I'm gonna take a damage on my life total. There we go. Right, I cannot yield through the turn because my opponent's going to have burn spells. They're going to possibly toss the Psychotog. Call the Herd's pretty good here. I can't really attack. If I draw another Wall of Roots, I can start attacking, but it involves drawing another Wall of Roots. I did draw Pyroclasm. Pyroclasm is an interesting draw. Doesn't really do anything right now, but it's nice to have. If opponent tries to go wide, I can get them pretty good. Or if they drop like a Grim Lavamancer or something. Because Grim Lavamancer's got a lot of stuff in their graveyard right now. Jackpup doesn't do anything. They got no good attacks. Okay, so Psychotog was a good pickup. Alright, so we've got... If I draw Triskelion, I just win, so that's exciting, because I've got the Unearth to get back my Shapeshifter, and I can change it up with the Psychotog. But I think we're just going to pass. Opponent's going to start Thornburn upstairs. Throwing it up my wall. Okay. That's an interesting choice. That's fine. If opponent attacks in, I'm going to block the Elephant token. And then Pyroclasm. Looks like they're just taking me off of mana, which is totally fine. If I draw Survival, I can just win as well. I just need to get one activation to get my Triskelion. And then I can use Psychotog as a discard outlet. Same way I would use Survival. Okay, so not attacking with the pup. We're going to block the Psychotog here. We're going to discard the Squee. I'm wondering if opponent drew like a Tormod's Crypt or something, but I suppose we'll see. I'm bolting my Psychotog, incinerating my Psychotog, okay. Let's do 1, 2. So I need to get up to 7 toughness. Ideally without losing my Forest Shapeshifter. As much as I want to save this Pyroclasm, I don't think I can afford to. No response. Let's discard this Pyroclasm. And I think I will probably get rid of the Unearth if they go for a flashback on the Lava Dart or if they use the Mog Fanatic. Oh, I did too much. I pumped too much. I forgot about a pump item on the stack. Whoops. That's fine. It's got 2 damage on it. I can bolt and kill it. Yeah, bolt would kill it. I can just unearth it. That's fine. It's 1 less unearth for my Psychotog or for my Frost Shapeshifter, but that's fine, I think. Yeah, let's just get the Psychotog back. Opponent's sitting on no cards. I may want to bring back my Undiscovered Paradise, just to discard. I don't know. Oh, Sylvan's a nice draw from the opponent. Yeah, can't really attack me. This is not a race I win. Oh, this might be a race I win now. Let's get out my wall. So Walrus is a great blocker here. I've got like 3 free pumps. Opponent cannot just take damage willy-nilly here, because I do have pressure on the board. It's not a lot of pressure, but it's pressure. I probably should have yielded to that. That's okay. Legendary Cube prize pack. Sylvan Library. Fancy. Put one card back. Looks like I was thinking about the other one. So they take, I mean, regardless if they take another card or not, let's start swinging this turn. Okay, so they took an extra card. A land, flashing back, Call the Herd, Grim Lavamancer. Okay, that's a powerful Magic the Gathering card. I now wish I had a Pyroclasm, but I sadly do not. Animate Dead is an interesting draw. Got the yeah, so the animate can bring back the shapeshifter, so I don't need the third land really. I think what we're gonna do is, oh, I really want to start attacking. I've got 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, 9 damage total. They're pretty close to dead. I actually want to start swinging in. Get my free attacks with the squee in. Sure. Send it upstairs. Okay. I could animate dead their Mog Fanatic and kill the Grim Lavamancer now, which I kind of like. The odds of me drawing Triskelion are incredibly low to just kill them with the animate dead, so I think we're going to do that. Animate dead showing its value over Unearth. I have to do this now before they untap, notably, because Grim Lavamancer could just kill it. Or Grim Lavamancer could exile the Mog Fanatic, so this is actually a pretty huge exchange. Yep. Shuffling away the top card of their library, getting another Liquid Sylvan. Undiscovered Paradise showing up huge as a additional resource for my Psychotog. And they put one card back. There's no way they keep an extra card, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. They're looking at lethal next turn. Doesn't take much when your opponent's at 10. Yep, Call the Herd comes out. All right. Fine with swinging in here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're dead unless they block, with the elephant specifically. Yeah. Okay, opponent correctly identifying. They have to block. Exile some cards to make my Psychotog bigger. And kill the Heffalump. Opponent has to decide if they want to flashback a Lava Dart here to force me to discard another card. Yeah, I didn't think they wanted to. Especially since they're not dead next turn. It was a pretty important block. Or the ability to block there is pretty important, I should say. Opponent looking at their Sylvan cards. They're looking for Red Blast. I don't know if they brought in Red Blast. Sometimes red decks do, sometimes they don't. I recommend it because you can use it to counter the Shapeshifter, but it can also be a dead card if you go for an Unearth line. So Your mileage may vary. Again, opponent should probably be attacking here, I think. Get my squee back. Draw another land. Got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I've got lethal again. I don't know that I want to commit everything here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can leave the squee in my graveyard. Response, pump that up. They could kill their Jackal Pup in response to my lethal damage here, so I'm not going to pump any further. It's like they can flashback their Lava Dart to kill the Jackal Pup, and then only take 1 as opposed to the 10 that I want to deal them. Okay, so they take 2 from my Psychic Hog, hitting their Jackal Pup. Heads up block from my opponent. I guess I didn't want to attack there because I forgot about their Lava Dart for a second there. Flashback cards are tricky. Opponent pondering, flashing back Lava Dart, maybe tossing a bolt at my Psychic Hog. Bolting upstairs, okay. Another bolt upstairs, yep. Just making sure it's targeting me and not my Psychic Hog. Okay, so opponent can draw like Bolt Incinerate or Bolt Fire Blast. They do have outs. I possibly should have pumped my Psychic Hog more. Take the Lava Dart out of their graveyard. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Okay, an extra card. Okay, so they got enough to burn me out. Incinerate me, yep. Do another Incinerate. Or Fire Blast. Lava Dart, okay. Flashback 2 Lava Darts. Nice, well navigated by my opponent. All right. Let's go to the board. I think I'm okay with how I boarded. Yeah, nothing I really want to change. Bring in Ray Revelation to kill off Sylvan Library. Sylvan Library is important, but I don't know if it's worth having a potentially dead card. Like, I'm the aggressive deck here, I think. Or maybe I'm the controller. I don't know. Regardless, I think we keep my deck like this. This is an interesting matchup where I would consider wanting to have I want to have Oromancer. I would also like to have Enlightened Tutor to get my survival sooner. I really want to see is like a multiple survival hand. Got a mulligan already with this Palinchron. Let's send it back. And I got a mulligan here with the Corrosive Wreck. However, I do have Pyroclasm. I'm going to keep this. It's not something I would normally do. But I've got Psychic Hog plus a way to bring it back, plus a Pyroclasm to wipe their board. Opponents had a mulligan all 3 games. That's pretty unlucky for them. Yeah, I'm just going to play a really derpy Psychic Hog control deck this game. I could Moldify, but then they just blow me out with Naturalize, and that's if I hit a survival in my draw. So I don't love it. Psychic Hog's one of the best cards I could have here, so I'm a big fan of having it. Opponent's thinking about their card. Okay. Yield through. Plusin. I'm hoping my opponent just a handful of 1-drops, no Call of the Herd. Call of the Herd's very good against this hand. Yeah, you got it. I'll get another way to bring back my Psychic Hog. That's exciting. So what I want my opponent to do here is go 1-drop, 1-drop. what would drop? So like ideally pup, but they're probably not gonna play pup into my. They're not gonna have pup with having played Terminal Novomancer. Alright, hits for 1, take me to 19. Queer and Dryad, yeah, I'm gonna Pyroclasm here. I'd like to hold on to it for a little more value, but taking out a Dryad is just too attractive. There we go. I'm considering casting Animate Dead on my opponent's Quirion Dryad. It's going to soak a burn spell, and if it doesn't, my draw just gets silly. I'm going to play the Psych first, so that way if they kill it, I can unearth it with the Dryad out. Oh, okay, well, my draw just got a lot less good with the Phyrexian Furnace there. Yeah, no response there. All right, interesting draw here. Shapeshifter doesn't do much against their Furnace. Oh, I possibly should have held on that land. I don't know. Black, colorless, blue. Yeah, I think I should have held on that land. I'm going to need the extra pumps probably for my Psychotog. Okay, they didn't have a bolt. It's exciting for me. Nice. Important thing with these aggro decks is when they play things like Phyrexian Furnace, they don't have pressure. So they're not actually like taking you out of the game, which is pretty huge. Do I want to animate dead the Quirion Dryad to get that off the board? I don't think so. I think I'll just keep building up my hand. Opponent's on a lot of lands. I've got to be holding a bunch of burn spells if I had to guess. I'm going to toss a bunch of burn at this. Nope, just getting land. Okay. I think next turn I'm going to animate dead the Quirion Dryad. Depends a lot on what my opponent's going to do. Oh no. Disaster. So we're going to... we can cycle on Earth, but the opponent just gets to do that. Yeah, okay. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Opponent's probably got a handful of naturalizes, which means my stuff is not going to be as good as I'd like it to be. Another Quirion Dryad, okay. Nothing else. Okay. Alright, so I can play my lands now. I don't have to worry about my Psychotog being a thing. I've got a pair of Shapeshifters I can drop into this Quirion Dryad, so I think I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna try to anyway. Burn their furnace. And black. So I can choose to furnace their Dryad. Losing their graveyard hates. So they get a nice little 2-for-1 there. Oh, I should have typed the Llanowar Waste for the black instead of the City Brass so I could save up my Pyroclasm. That was not smart. That was poorly played. Yep, and they go for the Furnace. Alright, so that doesn't do anything. Decide if I want to play out this Shapeshifter or not. I don't love the idea, so I don't think I'm going to do it. See if opponent commits another resource to the board. Hopefully not an elephant. I think one Call to Her just like straight up wins the game. Okay. Backing in for 1. No effects, it looks like. Oh, we got something. Incinerating me. Okay. So 12, and then that puts me to 10. All right. Well, I'm going to have to Pyroclasm here, I think. And if they have a thing, it will blow me out. Damn. Okay. Unfortunate. That's good. Yeah, this is not looking good. I'm almost certain my opponent's naturalizing their hand. Like, they're holding a ton of cards. They're not lands. So I gotta pump off of their Lava Dart. So I can kill my Wall of Roots if I block with it, which is fine. Yeah. Bolting me. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm cooked. Unless I draw like exactly a chroma. Nope, I'm just dead. Okay. That was fun. I was just sandbagging a bunch of burn. Didn't matter. I didn't have the survival anyway, but I'd have to just go for it. Alright, well, I just drew the bolts. Seems good. Alright, well, see you next round. Welcome back for round 3 of this pre-modern league using Galen LeMay's mostly top 8 winning list from LobsterCon. So I'm going to be on the play, and we open up a hand that does nothing, so we're going to send it back. We're on the blind, so keeping this is fine. Potential turn 3 kill. Psychotog's going to go to the bottom, I think. Gives me a little bit of redundancy with Animate Dead. Give my opponent the GLHF. Yeah, I'm going to coast into a Bird of Paradise. It's an island. Could be a lot of things. My guess is it is Dreadnought. We will see. Going to my turn. I'm going to drop out the Hermit Druid here. Opponent could have Daze, which would be funny because I have a Spirit Guide to pay for it. Okay. I could ESG here. I'm not going to play the bird. I'm not going to, just in the off chance my opponent plays Keg. I guess that doesn't really matter. I'd be happy if they tapped out. So, I really want another black source though, so I can cast Animate Dead and Unearth in the same turn. So I think I'm actually going to cast the bird here, and hope to draw a land to be able to activate Hermit Druid, and then cast both Animate Dead and Unearth. Okay, that's the mana source I needed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything I need to do with the Hermit Druid. So I'm going to stack everything so that Karmic Guide is on top of my graveyard. I'm going to cast Unearth. Try to do the Valrash Shapeshifter thing with that. If that doesn't work, I can cast Animate Dead off of the Spirit Guide and the bird to bring back the Karmic Guide, and that resets everything and lets me do the shenanigans from there. So let's just give me a minute while I do this. So I'm going to activate the Hermit Druid. Response. Alright, everything gets revealed. Let's start putting things in the graveyard. Okay, they didn't even make me show them Unearth. I should have shown them hand, but they didn't feel like waiting through it. I wouldn't activate if I didn't have the Unearth there, so. Okay, so opponent's on mono blue question mark. Without counterspell. And I don't know what to sideboard. I'm probably gonna bring in some dresses. I think those are probably pretty good. An ESG can come out. Shapeshifter can come out. And yeah, let me see here. A text from my friend Ryan, who's going to help take over some of the recording duties for the Impulse Crew YouTube channel. Which, if you are watching, thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. And let's submit the old Decaroni here. Okay. Make a note to myself to cut out a little bit there because I accidentally cut to my desktop for a few minutes there. At what time? Match 3. This hand has nothing useful, so we're going to send it back. Survival, this is fine. I'm going to send back my favorite land, which is Gemstone Mine. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to back up this survival. I don't have a Duress or a Cabal Therapy to screen the way for it. But, you know, that's just how it is sometimes. You can't keep everything. You can't get everything you want. Salt Marsh, okay. Oh, maybe on Psychotog? Let's go for the Cabal Therapy here. Speaking of the thing I wanted to have. Favorite spell. Opt, Undermine, Therapy, Diabolic Edict. Okay. So they're likely going to be therapying my survival here. Yep. Because they've got Edict to deal with my Hermit Druid if I draw Hermit Druid. I named Hermit Druid. Okay. Not what I would have named, but okay. Yep. This is a free survival, which is awesome for me. Alright, so we got full information on their hand. Oh no, we don't know what card. So they played their Salt Marsh. Any land unlocks Undermine, which is a sweet freaking card. Portents. Yeah, this could still be Tog. I'm thinking it's still Psychotog. It's possible it's like Uzi, mono blue or blue black zombie infestation. But I don't know. Opponent's playing a very eclectic mix of cards, which I think is pretty cool. One of the great things about this format is you can just kind of jam whatever, and it is okay. In the words of Phil Nguyen, you can just do things. Okay, well, if I draw a Palinchron or a... Oh, I got Dress. Okay. Therapy me again. Okay. I'll take my Wall Roots. Take my Unearth. Let's say I win with that, but nope, they take my Unearth. So I can't just win next turn. I can try and win next turn, which is very exciting for me as well. Let me seal to that. Alright, so I know the opponent has Edict and Undermine. I kind of want to just build my mana base up, so I'm going to survival away this Wall of Roots. Go get Squee. Survival away Squee. Cancel. I don't know why I generated red mana there. And this is why I click on my abilities before I activate them, because I tap City Brass like a doofus. Get a Bird's Paradise. If they want to Edict me here, that is A-okay. I just took a casual 5 damage effectively to cast Birds of Paradise. Love to see like a Reflecting Pool next turn. Okay. Opponent's got 1 unknown in hand. So the bird will help screen against the Edict when I try to kill my opponent, which is exciting. Let's strip away the Undermine. Okay, well, I guess opponent's off it. All right, well, see you in the next match. Welcome back to round 4 of this pre-modern league with Galen and May's top 8 Hermit Feb deck, sort of. I just don't have Glooms. Good luck, have fun to the opponents. And we will start off with the die roll winning. Got a survival, which we're going to keep. There are some choices to make here. I could play a land and wait, or I could play a land and ESG out the survival. I'm going to ESG out the survival just on the off chance opponent has something. So we're going to do that. Make a colorless. If they have a foil, they have a foil. All right, they don't have a foil. If they have a race, I'll feel really bad. Unfortunately, my second land is Gemstone Mine, but it is what it is. Oh no. Opponent's Wasteland. Maybe opponent won't use it. Opponent used it. That's tragic. I'd like to hit a non-Gemstone Mine land. That is a non-Gemstone Mine land. As far as Shapeshifter is probably going to get turned into Squee, which will probably go into being a Bird of Paradise next turn. Blackflies off of Wasteland and Mishra's Factory. Interesting. I don't know what this could be, but we will find out, I guess. Alright, so let's survival. Get a Squee. And then go to our next turn. Alright, we can, I think, always yield. Actually, let's remove auto yields. Okay, so we've got another land. We're going to, I think, I kind of want us to get out a bird. Yeah, I get another land. Another mana source. I can't kill them until turn 4 with what I've got going on here. I can, however, go get Palinchron and try and kill them next turn. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Squee's going to go get Palinchron. Palinchron's going to go get Triskelion, and then I will play the Shapeshifter and win. No, I guess not. All right. Let's go for survival here. I'm going to get ported. That's okay. Get Palinchron. Survival away Palinchron. Get a Spirit Guide. Yes. Always yield. The opponent should tap me here. That's fine. All right, let's drop out our Shapeshifter here. One, two, three. Okay. Survival away. It's Devourer. Get a Triskelion. And start exiling. Okay. Opponent thankfully does not make me click through. Bless their heart. I have no idea that I'm musty mud of some sort, which makes me think that we are going to want many things. We're going to want this Utabi Orangutan, this naturalize, this other naturalize. I think we're going to want fewer therapies, and then maybe lose the third Shapeshifter. Well, having 3 Shapeshifters there was pretty good. So I just had a higher chance of having it in my hand, but well, anything else against this deck? Might be like Metalworker Mud. So I might want Swords of Plowshares. Plow over another therapy. Seems pretty good. Let's try that. Been doing good so far, avoiding the Boogeyman of the format Replenish, which is an atrocious matchup. And I don't have Glooms in my sideboard because they are 35 tickets apiece. All right, so we got a Hermit Druid draw. It's not great if the opponent has a Crypt, but I don't think we can... Beggars can't be choosers here, so we're going to keep... We also have Shifter, Trike, Devourer in hand. So we have that. Oh, opponent's got red. Okay. Must be some sort of red prison deck. I don't know. I'm gonna take 3 here. Hopefully draw a land. I did not draw a land, unfortunately. I'd really like to draw a land next turn. That would be fantastic. And yield to the turn. I'd like to draw blue source land, because then I can play Shapeshifter next turn, and then I can activate and discard Trike and Devourer. Got a Furnace. Okay, yeah. Right, so that's not an option anymore. Okay. Take some damage. Hope to draw land. I did not draw land. Let's drop out our Hermit Druid. And we'll yield to the turn. No land was tough there. The opponent was color screwed last game, so because it's coming to me. Incinerate on the Hermit Druid. I'd probably do it on the Bird if I were my opponent. Earthquake for 1. Okay, doesn't kill Bird. However, taking a bazillion damage. I got a bolt for the Bird. Firebolt for the Bird, even. Okay. I need to hit a land here, otherwise I think I'm just dead to this Black Vice. Okay, hit a land. I need a blue source after this. Like a pillage on my Llanowar Wastes. Yep. Ooh, okay. Wasteland taking off my next mana source is gonna be tough. Okay, just doing my fucking pool there. Okay. I need to draw runner under lands. That's getting me there. Battle. Alright, well, I'm taking 1 for the next few turns. Unless I don't draw lands, which is making more. I think if I miss the next land drop, I'm going to scoop. I don't see anything good coming from me not having multiple lands for a few turns. Ideally, I hit Black Source land, and I can play Psychotog. Okay. Yep. I did not hit Black Source land. Okay. Let's see here. I'm taking 4 next turn. If I draw a land, I can naturalize. Play land, naturalize. Then I take 2 the next turn, going to 2. And I can't cast anything. Unless I draw like exactly Gemstone Mine. I don't know. It's a iffy. Let's just battle. Oh, whoops. Okay. I forgot my opponent Mishra's Factory. Made him think I'd crumble. I don't have crumble. Yep. Oh, I got Magmatics in the deck too. That's tough. Yep, Hermit Druid is dead. I go to 6. I go to 2, and I'm just dead, I think. I have to draw like Reflecting Pool into Gemstone Mine. And even then, I think I just die. Yeah. Okay. It's tough. Didn't draw lands. Happens. I'm going to look at my sideboarding, and I don't think there's anything I want to do differently. Yeah, I don't think my deck's good as is. Possible I want Get You Slinger against like Grim Lavamancer if they're playing that, but I didn't see any fetches, so I don't know if they're playing Grim Lavamancer. They very well maybe, but yeah, let's just submit as is. And we will be on the play. Hopefully a survival hand, which we have, which is great. And we're going to leave off on our black source so that our blue source is protected for Reflecting Pool. This is a great draw. If I lose my bird, it's unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is. Fnatic, yeah. That's a dead bop. Insulates my survival just a smidge. Yeah. Got the survival, which is half the battle. Opponent is going to be hard pressed. Okay. Do I want to use my mana here? I think I do. Go get me a Wall of Roots. We'll play the river, so they think they can take me off of blue, but I've got this Yavimaya Coast still. Do I want to survive away this Hermit Druid? Kind of. Yeah, let's survive away this Hermit Druid here. Go and get Palancron. Actually, I can get Shifter. Yeah, I'm gonna get Shifter. Oh no, I needed to get Palancron. That's fine. I have to get both. Like, I have to get the Shifter in the graveyard and the Palancron, but that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Stone Rain on the Unguard River. That's okay. Alright, let's just think through this real quick. Yeah, go to step. Let's put a counter on this. Throw away the Shapeshifter. We'll get Palancron. Next turn. Always yes. Always yield. Survival away this Palancron. Go and get a Devourer. Let's cast Unearth on my Shapeshifter. And opponent should be dead. There we go. And escape. Nice. Clean 2-0. 2-1. I lost the game. It's like 2-0. Just a little bit different. See you in the next one. All right. Welcome back for round 5 of this league. We're currently sitting at 3-1. Hoping to get that 4-1. Get some chest action going on here. But we've already broken even, which is great. So this hand does nothing. So we're going to send it back. No anchors. No survival. Nothing like that. This one does, however, have survival. And a Wall of Roots, which is fantastic. So we're going to keep that. And we're going to bottom this Crystal Reclamation. We've got turn 1 Cabal Therapy based off of Forest, huh? Forest could be a number of things. I'm going to name Naturalize with this Cabal Therapy, unless I had a Birds of Paradise, because that is what beats my survival. I'm assuming this is like green-white Ponza or something like that. Oh, this is Cradle Control, okay. This is going to be problematic if I don't draw a third land, because they can play Port and port me out of this. Yeah. Port out of their hand. Right, I get to port down my City Brass, unfortunately for me. Did not hit a land. That is very unfortunate. I need to hit a third land very badly. Or have my opponent go like wall into survival. I need them to basically unlock my second mana source so I can get a Wall of Roots out. It's like they're keeping up their port mana, which is smart. Land, okay, perfect. City Brass is going to do a lot of damage to me, but I think I might have enough time here. Opponent's going to drop survival here, I presume. Yep. I can auto yield through the turn here. Survival. More elves. And they got a priest in hand still, along with a Carplucin Forest. Port my city. Yep, that's fine. Alright, got another land, which is fantastic. Let's drop. Let's think for a second. I can drop Wall of Roots using a 3 mana, 4 mana, so I can get a bunch of stuff in my graveyard, which is pretty sweet. Okay. Now it's going to turn out my opponent does. They don't have a rainbow land to kill my survival with a monk realist, if that's the thing they were to have. Surviving with the priest. Not surviving with the priest. I don't know what they're gonna get. Masticore, maybe? Anger? Squee, okay. Get the Squee engine going, makes sense. Alright, so I'm going to be surviving this Wall of Roots for Squee. I'm going to survival Squee for Palinchron. The Palinchron is going to get survivaled for a Valrash Shapeshifter. So I can try and kill my opponent on the next turn. Oh, they got a Vigilante already. That's pretty sick for them. Yeah, they can still port me, unfortunately for me. Okay. So this is a Borchula Ranger. Let's find out. Mm-hmm. Yep, Vigilante's good. This is a challenging situation here. So I can go get Devourer, or I can go get I can go get my Hermit Druid, but the opponent can go and get Masticore. They've got 4, 5, 6 mana. Swellrun's is almost dead. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So they can activate survival. They can activate their Hermit Druid twice. Although not with the way they tapped. They didn't tap their port. They tapped something else. Oh, they put a counter on Wall of Roots. Okay. So I'm deciding if I want to get rid of this Devourer and go get another Druid. If I get another Druid, I might be able to land double Hermit Druid. And I don't think they have enough mana to survival, play Masticore, and get Hermit Druid going. Or I can get my Hermit Druids. I get one of them, but not both of them. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get a Squee as well, or we're gonna get a Squee as well. So we got one survival activation on the stack already. So let's go and get 6. Yeah, let's get our Hermit Druid, I think. I think that's what we want here. Do we have anything in our graveyard that matters for Hermit Druid? No. Alright, I think that's what we're going with here. Or I could get Battlefield Scrounger. Start messing around. Or I could get Triskelion and kill 2 of their elves and choke their mana a little bit. But I can't play Triskelion and play a Hermit Druid. I think what I've got to do is I got to get the double Druid. I don't know. I don't love that. So I'm going to survival on top of my graveyard. Kind of like the idea of Trike, although getting Trike and having Trike not in play is a little awkward. Or not in my hand or able to be survival because I have to get down to this Devour to do that kill. I can get a Vorash Shapeshifter, cast the Shapeshifter, and then discard the Devourer? No. Or not the Devourer, the Hermit Druid. I don't love that. I don't think that's correct. Yeah, let's just get... I think just get a pair of Hermit Druids. Maybe Psychotog. Survival, play that. Inactivate. Can't activate twice. So draw Cradle. So draw Cradle and I'm just cooked, but... Survival's here. Yeah, it's the same amount of mana. They've got 7 mana. Just not enough to kill 2 Hermit Druids. That said, if they do use their mana, they can kill my Shapeshifter in response to the Karmic Eye trigger. Yeah, let's just get a Hermit Druid. Get a pair of Hermit Druids, see how it works out. Okay. Always yes, always yield. Those are things that get weird. I'm not very good with Hermit Druids still, so I haven't played this deck for a long time. So I'm not super tight on my Hermit Druid lines. Okay, opponent's thinking about using their Rashad Port here. I don't think it's a terrible idea. I don't think it's a great idea, though. Okay. And 1. Hermit. I could take out their... I could use my Squee and take out their Squee. I don't think that's very good, though, because their mana is choked here on this Wall of Roots. And they'd have to use that next turn anyway, so it doesn't make a big difference. It's just... I guess it does not. It denies them a card. But they can survival Squee. You know what? We're not doing anything else with the Squee, right? So let's cast the Squee here. Yep, this is using the Squee now. Presumably they would get like Anger or something. Yep. So I think if they get Anger, I don't name anything, or I name Abandoned Hope or something like that. Just so they don't get the free discard. Yeah. So otherwise they can survival. It doesn't deny them a card, really. So... Abandoned Hope. You have Anger. Alright, and you'll do turn. Set an upkeep stop on my turn. I'll hit their mountain. That's unfortunate for me. They can go get a Hermit. Doesn't kill me, though. Thankfully, they didn't hit a Cradle. If they had a Cradle, this game was over a long time ago. Start Anger. Right, I yielded through. I think I'm yielding through, right? I'm not doing anything here, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, they got Sharpshooter in the deck. That's unfortunate for me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Got the deck play sharpshooter. Playing our mask score when they had sharpshooter. No. Hmm. I draw survival here. Go down to 6. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. I think I'm cooked. I think I'm cooked. Guild all there. Let's see what I draw. Yup, my coast. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna get through that there. All right. Well, it was looking good. Then I didn't have a birds. If I had a birds, I won that game, I think. But so it goes. All right, so we're gonna get rid of animate dead. We're gonna get rid of some therapies. We're gonna get naturalizes in here. Where did the other naturalize go? Oh, here it is. Get some pyroclasms going. Do I want Ray of Revelation? I don't think I do. I think I want Utabi Orangutan in case they have Crypt, which I don't think is super common, but I want to have it. I also kind of want this Ray of Revelation. I don't know if I want to bring that in though. Could. It's not great. I've got like an Elvish Spirit Guide or a Wall of Roots or something. Yeah, let's do that. This deck relies pretty heavily on survival, so. Alright, so we're at 23 creatures still. That's a good count for my survival. I never get look up on my opponent. Well, they didn't do it either, so that's fine. Alright, I would like to play first. And I would like to keep this hand. This hand is fantastic, especially if I draw a second land. Theoretic turn 3 kill with Hermit Druid. This one has a Tormod's Crypt, and then I do nothing with Hermit Druids. Oh, first my face. Turn off my upkeep stop. I was optimistically setting a stop there so I could win this game. Alright. My Birds of Paradise. Opponent has their Quirion Ranger. Okay. Land would be super cool. Not necessary. It's fine. Land would just let me play Wall of Roots and then Hermit Druid, but it's fine. Mm-hmm. Pyroclasm? Yep, that's fine. I'm okay with that Pyroclasm there. Especially if I had a land, especially a black producing land, that'd be sick. I didn't have black producing land, but that's okay. If I draw a black source, I can win with Unearth next turn. If I don't draw a black source, I cannot win with Unearth next turn. That is not a black source. Okay. All right, so opponent's stuck on land, clearly. I can play Wall of Roots and then activate Hermit Druid on their end step. Upkeep, I can Corrosive Reclamation, black, 2 black sources for my Unearth, and then theoretically win. So let's do that. This also develops my mana a little bit. Should they deal with my Hermit Druid, I can then play Survival. I have a very anchor heavy hand this game. What I got here? Another Pyroclasm. Goblin Bombardment. Okay. Okay. That was a thing they're allowed to do. I guess no, I couldn't activate Hermit Druid there. So I could have activated Hermit Druid there. The problem is my graveyard order would have Hermit Druid on top after everything was all said and done, and I have Unearth and not Animate Dead. So it would have not worked out very well for me. And I didn't have a land, unfortunately, but I do have a survival. I use this. Let's continue to the next turn. Hopefully they don't have it naturalized. They do not. Now morph. Okay. Unstep. Okay. Let's survival here. Get a Devourer. Do I want to get a Devourer? Get Devourer. They can sacrifice and hit my thing. I just kill them anyway, so yeah, it's fine. I'll get Devourer. Green. Let's run my Palinchron. This is where I'm going to go get a Shapeshifter. And I'll go to tap. No land, that's okay. Blue, blue, 1. Hopefully my Wall of Roots is not at 1 counter, otherwise it would just die. 2. Tap that. All right. So I've got a few things I can do here. I can survival the Devourer, try and get lucky and hit my Trike because they can sacrifice their guy to hit my Palinchron for 1. Or did I bring in the real? I don't have white mana for realist anyway. It's fine. I think that's probably my best bet. Just try and get lucky. Opponent's been playing pretty tight, so I don't think they're going to let me get away with just activating the survival and winning. So I've used this already. Yeah, so let's try and get lucky here. I need to not spike the Trike or something that kills the Devourer when they try and bombardment the Devourer shifter thing. Unfortunately, I have a lot of high drops left in my deck, but I also have a lot of low drops, so I can activate the Devourer a couple times, get some counters. Yep, okay. Land. Okay. Good Trike. And I need to generate way more counters because I have a damage on me. Okay, let's get that. Great, that was fantastic for me. All right, so they have bombardment as well, so I'm glad I brought in this Rare Revelation. I think I also want this Monk Realist. I feel like they have a lot of ways to mess with my graveyard order. So ditching an Unearth is not a terrible idea. Also ditching ESG I think is not a terrible idea here. Ditching an ESG. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like that. Play a little bit more of a controlling role. I wish I had more therapies on the draw. It lets me hit survival more reasonably on the draw, but that's okay. Got a little bit lucky to win that game, but you play to your luck. You play to your outs, and that's all you can do sometimes. Oh boy, this is a tough hand. Only got 1 land, double survival, but no mana dorks, no second land to cast a survival. I'm just dead on like turn 4. Yeah, I think I have to send this back, as much as I like to keep it. Okay, this is fine. And we're gonna put back Scrounger. The deck with 1,000 1-drops didn't have a 1-drop. That is kind of surprising. And my reflecting pool and pass. Doesn't really save me from port or anything, but it's just one less thing to worry about. Yep, survival's good. Okay, so we're gonna play the City of Brass here. I think we just run out Hermit Druid. They have Mountain for Anger. They don't have the mana to get out a Sharpshooter just yet, so I'm not completely cooked. Pyroclasm's pretty good here. Alright, well, that's a lot of Pyroclasms. So I have a couple options here. I could either unearth my Druid, or I could play my Shapeshifter, which is going to come in as a Druid, and then I can win off of that, I think. Because I have an Unearth, so I can get back my Psychotog, and I can use my Psychotog to clean up my graveyard. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to run out the Druid. Or the Druid Shapeshifter. I'll make sure I didn't side out Scrounger. Scrounger is actually super important here. Nope, good job, me. Alright. That's fine. Alright, so I activate Druid here. I need to stack my graveyard such that I get Battlefield Scrounger, followed by a Devourer and Shrike. And then I need to use the Scrounger to put in Palinchron, Karmic Guide, and a Chroma, which should kill my opponent. So we're going to try and do that here. Okay, let's do like this. Let's get some lands, get those out of the way. Key thing is I have to have Devour and then Shrike. That's the key thing here. So I'm just going to concentrate on clicking for a few minutes. Just give me a moment here. So let's go Scrounger, Devour, Shrike. Scrounger, Devour, Shrike. Psychotog from the Unearth is going to clean up the top card of my graveyard. It shifts around. You can't click fast, otherwise you're going to accidentally click things. Alright, Karmic Guide goes in. Now I need Shrike, Devour, Battlefield Scrounger. Shrike, Devour, Scrounger. 3 cards from graveyard in. I'm just going to get my Psychotog here. I might mess up here, and that might screw up the game, but that is okay. Okay, I've got him here. Alright, so let's pop out the graveyard here. I need Palinchron. I need a Chroma. And then I need Battlefield Scrounger. Any order is fine. All right, this should now be a Devourer. Doesn't matter, you're dead. Actually, it doesn't matter. They should have waited until I exiled. Guide. Oops. Opponent slipped up there. I wasn't playing around Naturalize. I don't know if I could play around Naturalize, but it's fine. All right, we got there with the 4-1. Got some treasure chests, some qualifier points, and some play points. All right, let's go back to the deck here. What did I think of Galen's deck here? I thought it was pretty good. The third shapeshifter was nice to have, I think. I don't know if it was like the end of the be all end all of how you should be playing this deck, but the third shapeshifter has been really nice. Let me move these over here for y'all so you can see everything I got going on here. Boop. So the Glooms never came up, never needed Meddling Mages. Pyroclasms were pretty good. I mean, I don't think I really drew many, if any, sideboard cards this match, this league, but deck played pretty well. I liked having extra Wall of Roots. I've had some versions of this deck that don't have Wall of Roots in them, and that's almost certainly a mistake. Even with hFEB, you want to have Wall of Roots. It's just so good for your survival lines. I got to do a cool Scrounger kill, which was nice. I got to get that on camera. I don't know if there's anything I could have done differently in response. So if my opponent naturalized in response to my pump, I think I'm just cooked. So what I possibly should have done is I should have shuffled in 3 cards, passed the turn, then did it. So that was my mistake. So I should have lost that game. Well, yeah, I should have lost the game. I could have won. I could have played around the naturalized had I just waited an extra turn, because I could have shuffled in a 5-drop, the Scrounger, and then like a Shapeshifter. So that's like another 13 mana value. But overall, great league. I think I played mostly well. Any comments, feedback, feel free to toss in the comments below. Hopefully you liked the video, and we'll see you in the next one.